Hi everyone, it's Jen here. Thank you for watching Really Rooted. This last week I traveled with my aunt down to Florida to go to some orchid shops and to go to an orchid festival. We started off in Homestead, which is near Miami, and visited some amazing shops. So I'm just going to go over with you what I've gotten and let you know kind of the price ranges and some of the varieties. My first purchase was this Vanda Orchid. Now, Vandas are quite stunning. This one was $25, so I did get him on clearance, and it's quite stunning. And it did come with this pot, which I love their pottery. So Vanda orchids need a lot more attention. They like brighter sun, and they also need to be watered when their roots are exposed like this, sometimes twice to 3 times a day in the summer. Right now I'm watering this one for about 20 minutes a day, just lightly watering it in the sink, and we're gonna see how it does. And this variety is called the Vanda Pacachera Delight. And I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but I do love this plant. I do love its vibrant purple flowers, and hopefully I can keep it alive. This is also an orchid. This one is called Aneostylus lucneri Bangnon, and this was mounted just like this on this beautiful piece of pottery. And I plan to hang this in the big window, and that gets east-facing sun. So this also needs to be watered every day. So when the roots are exposed, they need water every day. I traveled with this one, and this one was in the car for about 4 days. So it's a little dehydrated, but I've been giving it a little extra attention. But I just love this setup. This piece of pottery is very nice, and I think it's going to look beautifully hung in the window. And this was around $275. There are quite a few orchids on here, so I think it was well worth the price. I also got a yellow bird, which was $35. And I have another yellow bird here that I got from Curlsmith that is in bloom. And so this one is a healthier plant, but I did buy another one for a souvenir. This one is called Jiminy Cricket. This one also came with the planter, and it has a very beautiful bloom. So looking forward to this. I like the moss on this container. I think it gives it, just kind of a whimsical look. Very nice. And I did buy a platycerium, and this is the thin variety, and this was $150. So I think that's a lot for a staghorn, but I liked it, so I bought it. Hopefully I can keep this alive. This one needs water about once a week, so thinner than a regular staghorn. This is a Hoya. I bought 2 of these, and these were on clearance for $10 a piece. They get these beautiful white balls of flowers, and this is quite a lovely plant for $10. So all of those are from Bangnon orchids, as well as this pottery. And they have several different varieties there, and these are very reasonably priced. And I think they're very beautiful, the different designs, and unlike anything I can get here in North Carolina. And they come in different sizes and different shapes. I especially like this one. This one is magnificent. Bangnon Orchids does ship, so they sent, my aunt bought some there, and they shipped them to her home, and they have arrived to her intact. So if you'd like to place an order for any of these, I'm sure they'd be happy to assist you. and this is my aunt's. I do have to mail this to her. It was RF Orchids, and they had a beautiful facility. And she wanted these cones, which are kind of charcoal. They're clay, but they bake them to get this dark, deep color. So she has 2 of these that I will be shipping to her soon. Our next stop after that was Sonora Orchids. And I bought this beautiful dendrobium. And this one has keikis on it. So if you don't know what keikis, and I've heard it called kikis and keikis. My aunt calls it keikis, so that's what I'm going with. But they're roots, so eventually I can take this off and replant it. I really want to get familiar with dendrobiums before I do that. This one was $45, and it came with this beautiful pot, similar to the ones from Bangyong. So quite lovely. I love the flowers on this. I just thought it was very stunning. I like that it's a little asymmetrical. It adds a little interest. The next one I purchased, I'll put the name of this one on the screen. Dendrobium, very beautiful. So the blooms were open there, and so I was able to take a picture of that along with the tag. And I'm not sure where my tag went for this one, so I'll need to make sure to label this. And Sonora was, I mean, they were all great stores, but I found a lot of value at Sonora. This one is the Dendrobium Sherry Abe, and this has beautiful flowers on it. This is a smaller plant than the last one, and this one was $35. This one is the Dendrobium spectabile or spectabile, which if you're familiar with orchids, you're probably familiar with this one. My aunt has one that has not bloomed for her yet, so I made sure to get one with lots of buds, so I'm looking forward to when this opens up. Dendrobiums do like some sun, so they recommend an east or a south facing window, but you want to make sure that it's not too close if you're getting full on sun, because you don't want the foliage to get damaged. Then after that, we headed up to Apopka, and we visited the Carl Smith Winter International Orchid Festival, and I found some great products there. I think the store itself is really nice, so even if there's not a festival going on, they have a large variety of orchids and platycerium and other varieties of plants. So from Carl Smith, I bought this Phalaenopsis. This has 2 stalks, it's 1 plant, and this one was $25. It came in this gorgeous little pot, and I just love the color on it. The next one I bought is a Lucidia Discolor. I loved the variegation on this one. Then I purchased this Oncidium. This is a Pacific Ponche, and I just love the delicate flowers, and I love the color. It's kind of a dusty pink with some orange and yellow. It's just quite striking. Then I decided to buy another Oncidium. This is called Yuccan Nan Fragrance, and they had a display of this one up above that was huge, and it had a ton of flowers, and each of my cousins got one of these as well. So I hope this one performs well for me and it blooms well. The Oncidiums do like a little more sun, and so it's best to put them in an east window or a south window, but again, not in the direct light. I really have enjoyed this journey. I'm so thankful to my aunt who encouraged me to go down there. And you know, it's winter and I'm a garden person, so hopefully I can keep up with these orchids when the season gets going out in the garden. But I love to have beautiful things to look at, beautiful flowers to look at. So I think this is kind of my new obsession. I think as a gardener, we all have those obsessions that we go through where we're collecting one thing. So that just happens to be orchids for me right now. Please share any thoughts, comments, or suggestions you have when it comes to taking care of orchids. I'm a seeker and I love knowledge. Thank you all so much for watching Really Rooted, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.